Video of the Damned gets lovely, dark, and deep. A few years before getting the director gig on the Five Nights at Freddy's movies, Emma Tammy directed a horror western, The Wind, scripted by Teresa Sutherland. Sutherland has now made her directorial debut, also writing the script, for Lovely, Dark, and Deep, starring Barbarian's Georgina Campbell, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.'s Nick Blood, and another Marvel TV star, Madame Gao herself, Wai Ching-ho. The three are rangers in the backcountry of a national park, infamous among true crime podcasters and conspiracy theorists for being the site of numerous missing persons cases. Campbell plays Lennon, who lost her sister in the park as a child. I may have already been more concrete for you with the happenings in this story than the film itself. It's very nightmare dreamscape hallucination of a movie. I dare say abstract at times. The first half is pretty straightforward, but with some hints of the supernatural. And then the last half slips completely into cuckoo wackadoo territory. Sutherland strikes the perfect balance of creepy atmosphere and unsettling moments. This movie is more about the darkness and fuzziness than it is the gross out gore, but you get a helping of that too. What you don't get is heavy exposition or explanation, and some have walked away criticizing Lovely, Dark, and Deep for having an unclear or muddled plot. I say instead that Sutherland is just counting on your intelligence as an audience member, and while that may be a risky gamble when it comes to Hub and Video of the Damned, this time around I got it. I was a little unsure for a while if the missing girl from Lennon's past was her daughter or her sister, but that's on me. Everything else that needed to make sense did make sense, and everything that didn't was the ideal amount of mystery. This is a slower burn than Barbarian, so Campbell gives a different kind of performance, but I think that shows her range, no pun intended, more than anything else. She carries most of the film herself, though there are supporting characters, and Blood's fellow ranger keeps you guessing. And without venturing into spoilers, Wai Ching-ho has much more screen time and becomes much more important than you'd assume from the beginning. You think she's just the boss, and she's just fulfilling the boss role, but she ends up giving a really emotionally resonant performance. While this national park could be anywhere, the film was actually shot in Portugal, and one of that country's prolific cinematographers, Rui Poços, apologies if I've mispronounced the name, takes advantage of the beautiful and expansive scenery. If you're like me, you love a good old-fashioned slasher in the woods or on the campgrounds flick, but that's not what this is. This is way more Twin Peaks than Friday the 13th, with an open, wide setting, or as Robert Frost's poem, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, would put it, lovely, dark, and deep. This film is on demand, courtesy of XYZ Films, who I would like to thank. Also want to thank the deep, dark, and lovely man himself, Ted Geoghegan, for the preview. And sorry this review took a while to get out. I was lost in my own woods for a while. So until next time, I remain Hub. And special thanks, as always, to Stephanie, the mother of Morbidly Beautiful. You can catch her and all of our writers and podcasters on the Morbidly Beautiful Network and at morbidlybeautiful.com. You can reach me on social media at Brody Hubbard.